Hey everybody, how you doing? Dashin' Dave here again. Finishing up the first week of being a legitimate Top Dasher, and let's take a look at how things have gone. Top Dasher has become quite the hot subject on YouTube. You got Mr. Moore and Mr. Nugs, they're having a contest. So let's review what a Top Dasher is real quickly. You have to have a review rating of no less than 4.7. You have to have an acceptance rate of at least 70%, 200 lifetime deliveries, and 100 deliveries in the prior month to be considered Top Dasher, with all the other criteria the following month. As a Top Dasher, you're granted certain perks and rewards. They are the ability to dash anytime you want without having to set a schedule. Just go into a zone, dash now, you're making money. Also, according to DoorDash, in the slow periods, this is not regular, but when things are slow, if there is a coin flip in the algorithm who gets the order, you, a Top Dasher, or another Dasher that is not Top Dasher, and you get first choice at accepting or declining that offer. A lot of confusion with this. It's in the slow periods, not during the regular day. Then it's just the algorithm. You're going to get good orders, you're going to get bad orders. As I mentioned in my video where I attained Top Dasher status, there appears to be another perk that I've never heard anybody say anything about or seen anything about, and that is the ability to schedule out as far as the calendar shows with no limitations, and you are able to choose your custom hours for the day at any time that you want. If you're not a Top Dasher and you're not proactive on setting your schedules far enough out, you might get to a point where there's only 1 or 2 hours that are available time blocks because so many other people have signed up and reserved time blocks. As a Top Dasher, you can set and pick your hours at will. Okay, you say, why would I do that if I have Top Dasher status and I can just go into a zone and dash now anytime I want? Good question, but look at it this way. You reserve your time blocks out way ahead of time. You are reserved in that zone for that time, and DoorDash recognizes this. Let's just say it gets to the point where there's more people wanting to dash than there is demand. Somebody who is not a Top Dasher goes in to set a schedule for Friday, say the lunch rush, and it might not be available. Number one, you've taken that spot, and so have all the others. So let's look at it this way. DoorDash says, hey, we need 10 dashers in this zone right now. Then we're going to kind of shut things off and not let anybody dash now or reserve a time period because we got enough dashers. If 5 of those dashers are Top Dashers, that means 5 are not Top Dashers. If the 5 Top Dashers have all reserved that time versus just going in and dashing now, they prevent the next 5 that want to reserve that time or come in and dash now from happening. So you've effectively ruled out 5 Dasher in competition. If you hadn't reserved, if those 5 Top Dashers had not reserved that time, there'd be a total of 15 of you dashing in that zone. And remember, the coin flip only comes down when it's slow, so if it's hot and heavy, the algorithm picks and chooses. Your Top Dasher status has no bearing. So reserve your scheduled time blocks and keep a Dasher out. Also a hot subject right now over at Moore Financial. He's trying to document whether or not having good ratings but not Top Dasher status affects the orders that you are offered. He has some anecdotal evidence that shows that it might just be a hidden perk, if you will. But the only problem is why do people cherry pick successfully if that is the case? Let's hope that DoorDash algorithm is sending us good guys with good numbers, some better, slightly better offers than just your average Joe. And remember, it all depends on where you're at the time you're at, who's ordering. It's the pinnacle of supply and demand. You're going to get good offers, you're going to get bad offers. Before we look at the numbers, I want to give a quick update on the photo timestamp review prompt. Full credit goes to Bentley Coop over at DoorDash Diaries. I just took what he had suggested and modified it to my liking. I think it is working. In the video description will be links to his channel, his video, and where you can get the sticker, or you can make one on Photoshop, plus my video, how I customized it, and so on and so forth. You can find all those links in the video description. If you saw that video, initially I just had copy and paste text that I would paste into the field for the contact-free deliveries, and it basically just said the same thing as the sticker until I got that timestamp app on my phone, and it was kind of repetitive, so I have since changed that, and all you see now is the 5-star subliminal prompt, and thank you, Dashing Dave. So I used the app to take the photo of the food as it's been delivered, and I copy paste the other text in there, and it doesn't seem repetitive and seems kind of like a nice touch. Been doing this regularly now for a couple weeks, and I have to say I think it has prompted some 5-star reviews. Just prior to doing this with the timestamp camera, I think I was sitting around 21, 27 5-star reviews and only one actual comment. Here we see I'm up to 37 5-star reviews, and I have had a review that has not been added into my total because there were situations, events beyond my control that caused a late delivery. That was probably that clusterfuck Sunday. Customer number thumbs up numbers are gaining steadily. Just this week, 3 customer compliments have been added. I like that one. Prefer this Dave because he knows where to go. Must be another Dave out there that gets lost. Alright, let's take a look at the numbers. I have shifted my start time to 8 a.m. The sun's fully in the sky. I don't want to be running in the dark or the dusk or anything like that. So I'm going to be doing like 8 to 4, 8 to 5 steadily to see how this works out. Plus, I had noticed in my prior experiences that the 7 to 8 crowd, they're a little thrifty. I didn't work Monday. Speedwagon picked up a nail and they couldn't get me in until about 3:30 Monday afternoon to fix it, so I took Monday off. Along that lines, I recently contacted my vehicle insurance provider. That would be Flo over at Progressive. And I knew that I had roadside on the motorhome, but I didn't know if I had it on Speedwagon. And like I've said before, if you do not have what they call the commercial driver's insurance policy on your vehicle and your door dashing or any gig work, you are playing with fire. Protect that vehicle that's making you money. As it turns out, roadside was on there. I'm not sure if it was actually a part of the policy or I added it on. And then I noticed something else. Rental car insurance. Yeah, that's right. I get into an accident. Somebody runs into me. I have some major mechanical issues on Speedwagon. I can turn that in. Well, I don't know about the mechanical issues, maybe. But anyway, I can turn that in and get a rental car to continue dashing. How sweet is that? So the income won't stop. You know, the income's going out. There's a problem. I need to have the income coming in. No problem. Rental car insurance is added in, or I added it in. I think it was a part of the base program. Anyway, I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it? Sure it does. So get that commercial driver vehicle insurance. So back to the numbers. Overall, a pretty good week, especially for only being 4 days, and I'm taking the weekend off. 33 hours worked, 91 jobs, and $536.56 of income, which after all my gas costs nets me 433 bucks. You know, that's only 4 days, so I'm gonna have to do this regularly, 8-9 hours a day, 5 days a week. That's not a problem. I am just having a blast doing this, guys. We can see I'm just one customer job away from breaking 500. After last Sunday's clusterfuck, and then I had a few issues on Monday, I think between the 2 days I declined 7 to 11 jobs. Usually it's only about 3 or 4 per day, so I had an extra day in there, if you know what I mean. My acceptance rate went all the way from 85 down to, I believe, 72 at the lowest. And you have to have a 70 to maintain your top dasher status. Now here's the thing, I can drop below 70 during the month that I'm top dasher. Nothing happens, I still am top dasher, keep the rewards, yada yada. But I want to keep that up with a little bit of a buffer so I don't have to chase my tail and bring my acceptance rate up near the end of the month to qualify for the next month. Tuesday and then again on Friday, man, I got offer after offer, probably 4 per day for shop and deliver with the red card, which I've told you before I'm not going to do. I've done it once or twice, I hate it. But I couldn't afford to decline those and add to my negatives. So I did quite a few shop and delivers this week. I think probably about 6 of them. You know, for 4 items here, I bought spaghetti fixins. Somebody was having spaghetti one night, and then steak and vegetables for another guy who was grilling out last night. You know what? It's not that bad after all. Usually it pays pretty good. I think the time that they give you to perform the task is unrealistic, so I think I have taken a late on one of those. I was in the store for a total of a half an hour because there was an item that was out of stock. I couldn't get a hold of the customer, yada yada yada. So anyway, but it's not as bad as I thought, and usually it's about $9–10, and even if it takes me a half an hour, you do the math, you know, that's $18 to $20 an hour, if you will, so not too bad after all. Now, remembering that the acceptance rate is a rolling 100. It's not a percentage. It is, but it is not. It's a rolling 100. That means that if my last 100th delivery was an accept, and then the 101st offer after that was an accept, my number doesn't change. I replaced an accept with an accept. Now, if I decline that one, it would replace the accept and then take its place. So then I would lose a percentage point. I'd lose 1 on the acceptance rate. The mess on that Sunday, Monday, where I had about 11 or 12 declines, that's coming up around, due to my calculations, 515 to 525 customers. That will be the next full day that I dash. After each delivery, and these are updated live, it appears, I'll be checking that acceptance rate, and hopefully I can knock off quite a few of those negatives. I have a notepad and Speedwagon there, and I'm actually putting down hash marks on all my acceptances and declines per day, keeping a running total, if you will. And like I said, I know it's around 525 is when those 11 or 12 are going to hit. And then I may have to bite the bullet, take one for the team, just to get them numbers off my total. Experience and history has shown that, yeah, about 3 to 5 declines per day, and at roughly 25 customer deliveries per day, that's around 16-17% declining offers, and that would be a real nice metric, steady pace to have, and then I wouldn't have to worry about losing, going down below 70% acceptance rate. Alright guys and gals, that's all I've got for you today. Hopefully you can take something from this video and put it to use for yourself. Thanks for coming along for the ride, and hope to see you next time.